Hey guys, how's it going? It's Mark with Freedom to Be. If you're new to my channel, I use this as a platform to share my faith, but also to impart any real-world life experiences that I have, things that I've studied and am still immersed in, to help you. So I hope that today's video is going to be interesting to you. It's where I'm going to be sharing my experiences in the workplace. Thankfully, nowadays I'm living a laptop lifestyle, which I really love, heading to one of my favorite cafes to have a coffee and do what I love doing, which is to hang out and people watch. But I'm going to be sharing these tips with you. Stick around because I think they'll be helpful. So tip number one is don't be overly available. Might sound obvious, but it's something that if you don't check, can steal up on you. Make sure that you set clear boundaries. Your colleagues and your bosses will respect someone who values their focus and their time much more than someone who just says yes to everything and then struggles in the end. I have a video called Stop Being a Nice Guy, which will explain very clearly how to set those boundaries for yourself. So check it out. Now, the second thing is don't say yes too quickly. Don't give away your yeses too quickly. The way that I've learned to handle this is when someone makes a request or even a demand on me, I always take my time to respond, and you should do the same. Pause. Take a breath. You don't have to be unpleasant or rude or aggressive in the pushback, but you could just say a very simple thing, which diffuses the situation, gives you time, and lets the other person save face. And that phrase is, let me see what I can do. Or another example is, let me look at my workload and I'll get back to you. Or simply, I'll get back to you on that. If you could use this as an automatic substitute to just an automatic yes, it's going to help you out. Now, my third tip is something that I learned the hard way. Simply this: be visible. Don't expect that people know that you're working hard or know that you're making progress. And your bosses probably have their vision on their priorities, that they don't have the finger on the pulse of everything that's happening around them. So take control, be proactive, let people know. Don't expect them to know, make them know. Now, there's a fine balance, okay? You don't want to be annoying and micro-reporting every single thing that you're doing. But on the other side of the scale, you don't want to be unseen or invisible either. A former sales director of mine said something which stuck with me, and it's very powerful. He said this: it's not enough that you're working hard. You've also got to be seen to be working hard. And that stuck with me. So how would you do this in practical terms? I would say be informative, but do it positively and with a benefit to the other person. So if you're involved in a project that's doing well, provide a status update. Be the bringer of good news. If there's nothing to report, another way is to ask questions. But don't just ask questions willy-nilly, because that can be a drain on the person, right? You ask a question, at the same time, you also give the potential answer. So it would sound something like, I was wondering about this, or I wasn't sure about this. Is it this, or is it that? So you're giving options. Even better if there's a challenge, because a challenge is an opportunity, or a problem is an opportunity. So you could phrase it in a way that depicts the issue. This is what's happening right now. I was thinking we could do this, or we could do that. So now you're part of the solution. You're bringing it to someone's attention, giving a status update, but you're a benefit rather than a drain. And you're seen as someone who's proactive. Make sense? Now, number 4 deserves more of a close-up. I am a classic overthinker. If you are too, you're in good company. The classic mistake that we overthinkers do is we take feedback, we take people's opinions, we take people's thoughts, and we overthink it. What did they mean by that? Did they mean this? It's a lot of nervous, extra, unnecessary energy. If someone says something to you and you're unsure about it, just ask them to clarify. It also shows leadership and confidence. And most importantly, you get clarification. You're not second-guessing someone, you're not misinterpreting someone, and there's less chance of a misunderstanding. You get to the heart of the matter quicker, fosters better communication, and hopefully better relationships in the workplace for you. And the 5th one is another insidious mistake that does tend to creep up on you, especially if you have a tendency to be a people pleaser. And that is the need to be liked by everyone. Sooner or later, you're going to get into a spot where you may clash with someone else's ideas or someone else's principles. It's inevitable. But instead of just dwelling on the differences and dwelling on the conflict, this is an opportunity to make yourself seen and visible as a positive initiator of collaboration and changes for the better. Your conversation could go along the lines of, what can we do to collaborate so that your view and my view can somehow align and work together for the benefit of the project, the company, the client. So you're getting the other person on board to come to some sort of collaboration so they get what they want and you get what you want, and together you can align for the greater good. So remember, you don't have to be liked by everyone, but you can demonstrate your leadership by trying to collaborate with others for a common good. And last but not least is stop saying sorry too much. Having grown up in the UK, I think it's a British mentality. Oh, sorry, even when it's not your fault. Now, what I'm not saying is don't ever say sorry. I'm saying be mindful of when you say sorry and how often you say sorry. I often see these motivational quotes or articles that talk about never saying sorry. So if you're late, instead of saying, sorry, I'm late, to say, thanks for waiting. I'm not a big fan of that. I think that's actually on the side of being a bit arrogant. I think it shows great self-awareness to apologize. If, for example, you are late, instead of just saying, sorry, I'm late, combine it. Say, sorry, I'm late, guys. Thank you for waiting. Or thanks for waiting. It shows people that you are sorry, you are apologetic, but it also carries with it assertiveness, like you also value your time. We're all human, we all make mistakes, but your time is valuable, so is mine. Thanks for waiting. Put one or some of these tips into place, and I'm convinced that you'll see a difference, a positive difference in your work-life relationships. I wish that for you anyway. These tips have come from my life experiences and refined through a lot of mistakes that I did in the past. So I'm hoping that you won't make the same. If you like this video and it was useful to you, hit the like button and subscribe so I get an idea that you like this kind of content, and we'll make more for you. And I'd like to make a suggestion to you. There is someone who I follow as a role model who embodies all the best characteristics that we as human beings could aspire to and replicate, and is someone worth following. His name is Jesus of Nazareth. Now don't worry, I'm not going to be overzealous in trying to convert you. I used to be a solid atheist, a mocking atheist. And something happened to me recently which changed all of that, and I'd like to think for the better. I'm filled with the kind of peace and clarity that I only dreamed of before. It's made my life better. I'd suggest looking into the existence of Jesus. See if he really existed, first and foremost. And I hope that if you are convinced, that you find him and connect with him, because I'm sure your life will be different in a better way, just like it has been for me. Okay, I'll see you in the next video. God bless you.